Good now time to everybody. Well, not everybody, still waiting for people. Just started. Hello, Richard. Glad you could join. If there's any audio problems, just let me know and I shall try and fix them. All right, as per usual, just going to have to wait for people. I should probably actually do a 5-minute intro. Dragon of the West, hello. Thanks for joining. Yeah, run a 5-minute intro and let people hop on. Perfect audio, good stuff. All right, so we shouldn't have problems with that today. Roop, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're well. You're going to have to tell me one day how to actually properly pronounce your name, by the way. This is a bit later today, or this month anyway. We were supposed to have load shedding, and they cancelled it, but no good changing the time after I've already scheduled it. Roop doing good stuff. That's a mystery to many. I'm sure it is. All right, so we're just gonna, as normal, just wait for people to hop on before we actually start. I'm just gonna do spontaneous singing today. My usual weird noise thing. If you've got any questions, just ask away as well. Papa Mises here. Good now time to you too. Dragon of the West. How do we know that we are actually channeling metaphysical energy into an intent? I'm going to say confidence, trust in yourself, because the difficulty is that even if you don't feel anything, it's working. It's doing. You are directing something. You're directing. We say energy flows where intention goes. So if your intention is to channel energy to a particular thing or in a particular way, just know that you're doing it. It does take a lot of confidence. And I think that comes with practice and time, because over practice and time, you kind of you get results. And once you get the results, then it gives you more confidence. So, just keep practicing, really. Richard, watch a video on Behemoth this evening. Kind of reminds me of Pankanios in some ways. Your thoughts? I definitely wouldn't equate Behemoth. Behemoth is a primordial being, one of the original forces of nature, cosmos, actually, not even just nature, but the entire cosmos. I wouldn't place Pan and Kurninos in that same realm. They are more related to nature and protective elements and things like that, more specific, rather than those primordial entities. Dragon of the West, how do we make the most of said singing? All right, so when I do spontaneous singing for a variety of different reasons. It's not just healing. I actually use this in spell working as well. If I call in the energy and the age or petition a particular spirit, I let that energy sort of flow around me, and then that energy starts to flow in a particular way in the direction that you want to take your spell working in. So it's the same with the healing or whatever work you're actually doing. It's spontaneous singing is really letting go. It's about just letting everything go and letting the energy flow the way it's supposed to flow, rather than us trying to control it. And because you have a particular direction you want to take it in, then it flows in that direction. And if you're working with a spirit and the energy of a spirit, same thing. You all, whoever's involved, knows what's supposed to happen, what direction you want to put it in. If it's working on a talisman, if it's directing energy to a particular thing that's external to you, you just let it flow. But it is really about giving up control. Richards, thanks for that. Makes sense. Okay, cool. Dragon of the West, what kind of entities are there, and what is the difference between them? Is there a difference? There are many, many different entities. We speak about the gods and goddesses. We speak about the Fae, the land spirits, the land wights, the elementals, the Jinn, the Goetia spirits, which are the Jinn or the Genie, the divine intelligences, which encompasses a lot. We've got angelic forces, demonic forces. There are a lot of different kinds of entities. And, the question always comes up, which is better to work with? Neither, really. There's no real distinction between using one as opposed to another one. I think the distinction comes in how you feel. Some people prefer to work with angels. I don't. I prefer to work with the Goetia or the Goetia spirits. So it really becomes a personal thing and a connection that you have, the relationships that you build with different spirits. But there are many different entities. And some are more celestial, some are more chthonic. So depending on the work you want to actually do, you're going to find that the type of entity or the kind of entity you work with is going to differ. We also have our own personal relations, or our own personal entities, our soul parts, our higher self, or our holy guardian angel, our personal daimon. We also have familiars. So there's lots and lots of different types of entities. What kind of magic is most potent this time of year? It depends where you are. If you're in the northern hemisphere, then it's more of a case of the energy flowing back. You're going into the downtime. It's wintertime. It's the opposite in the southern hemisphere because we're going into the summertime. So things are coming to life again. But if you're in the northern hemisphere and it's winter there, then you're going into a slumber, a downtime, a resting period, reflection, and things like that. So it's a bit of a reflection and planning for the next year. Near Greece, so you're definitely that is in the northern hemisphere. So you're going into winter time. So it's really, if you're talking about the time of the year and the wheel of the year, it is very much about following the seasons and the energies that flow through the land. And therefore, in wintertime, take the time to rest, reflect, to start planning for the coming springtime again, when life comes back to the earth and to the land. All right, so I think we're going to get started with the healing, spontaneous singing stuff. If you have headphones, earbuds, earphones, anything like that, use those. Helps with the sound. And if you haven't listened to this before, then it's a simple thing of just sitting back, relaxing, and letting the energy just flow. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with some normal breathing. Well, I'm going to start off with a sip of hot chocolate first because that's very important. Just some simple breathing just to settle the body, get yourself into a relaxed state. And then I'll go into some humming and then progress there into the spontaneous singing. About 10 maybe 15 minutes will do this. And just let the energy flow, let it flow over you, let the vibrations come through. Just see how you feel. All right. Most people find it just relaxing. All right. So just settle the body first. And I'll just let yourself come back. Take some deep breaths. Put yourself back in your body. Take another deep breath. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. All right, let's see. Papa Me said you can also hum along for more resonance. Oh, yes, absolutely. Richard said humming along works great for the energy. Oh, yeah, it does. Humming it alone, just humming is brilliant, extremely healing. There's actually some uh, practices within yoga. I've forgotten the name of it now. Called humming bee. Um, Something to do with humming bee. You actually cover your ears, and there's various things. Different people do different things with the fingers, but the most important thing is just to block your ears and then take a breath in, and then just open your mouth slightly and hum very gently. You hear it quite loudly in your head. You don't need to do it like really loud, and just hum. And it's very relaxing. It's very healing. It's very good for health in general. So you might want to look into that. Actually, see if I can find the name of that. Well, I think we're waiting for people to come back to us. Let me know how that went. And if I'm still actually live and on. Meditation, yoga, let's try that. Dragon of the West, what do we do when in the middle of a path working we lose focus and daydream about something else? Just bring yourself back to where you were. I have had it where I've gone so far into a dream state that I don't even remember where I was. Then it's just a case of just stopping for the day, doing it another time, starting fresh. You'll find some days you feel okay, you feel like you're awake enough to do something, but you get into the practice and you just start going into hypnagogic states and all weird stuff like that. And it's just a case of just stopping if it gets too far. But if you can bring yourself back to the point where you left, then just do that and continue from there. It's quite valid. All right, so it's called Brahmari Pranayama, humming like a bumblebee. Bumblebee, there you go. But Brahmari Pranayama, if you want to look into that, I'll actually put it because it's Hindu, so Brahmari, oops, Pranayama, Brahmari, yes, that's how you spell it. Okay. If anybody's interested to check that out, great stuff, it really is. Okay, how is everybody else feeling? Let me know. Very subdued energy today. I mean, with the spontaneous singing and stuff, it felt very subdued, more than usual. Energy coming through was quite intense, but the singing felt very subdued, very calming, relaxing. Well, I suppose it's supposed to be that. You know what I mean? A different type of energy today. Papa Me is good. My cat fell asleep on my lap. That's perfect. That's how it's supposed to be. Our pets love energy healing. Reiki. Oh, I absolutely love it. Usually settle down and just go to sleep. It's great stuff. Richard, I've very chilled energy today. Yeah, it was. Dragon of the West awake, but I didn't feel much different during the singing. That's okay. Everybody feels differently. Roop, calm in my mind is more clear after the session. Very calming energy with the healing session. That's good. Yeah, everybody's going to get a different reaction. Yeah, I've found it with, even doing hands-on healing, Reiki. Some people feel something. Some people have those amazing spiritual um, experiences and stuff, but other people don't feel a thing. Doesn't mean it didn't work, but don't feel a thing. I'm one of the people who don't usually feel anything. So, you know. Actually, I felt anxious about college stuff. Oh yeah, well, I can imagine you would be. College in general can be creating a lot of anxiety. So maybe try listen to this at a different time. You can listen to the recording of it. People have said it's just as good. You don't have to be on the live. You can listen to the recording. So maybe listen to that at a different stage. See if there's any difference. See if you experience something different or you experience something, and let me know. Right, so I think everybody's back, feeling good, okay at least. Um, Anybody got any other questions? Well, I don't want to drag it on. Next month with this healing session, hopefully it will be at the normal time. I was supposed to have load shedding today. For anybody who didn't catch that at the beginning, was supposed to have load shedding today, and they cancelled load shedding. But I'd already scheduled it for this time, so I just left it the way it was. And we discovered at the beginning of the month when I did the Covenstead live, because what I did, I got a power bank for my router, so when the power's off, I can still run the router, and then I can use my phone and the Wi-Fi on there. But the problem was halfway through, the electricity comes back on, and the towers change, and it cuts the internet out. So that was a bit of an experiment at the beginning of this month to see if that works or not. It didn't really, so I'm going to be fitting in with load shedding schedules, and hopefully we keep it at the 6 p.m. GMT time, but occasionally it's just going to change, like it did today. All right, so nobody else is in the chat. I am going to say goodbye then, and I hope you can join me next month. There will be a Covenstead on the first Sunday of the month, and then healing half hour like today on the third Sunday of the month. And I will schedule it at least 5 days in advance, 7 days, hopefully 6 days, but it will be scheduled, so you can check what time it is for you. Dragon of the West, goodbye and good night, and to you, sir. Or madam, I don't know. Dragons can be non-binary also. Sorry. All right. I'll see everybody next month then. Good night, Richard. And anybody else is here? Popamies, Roop. Who else was here today? That looks like it. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you all next month. Have a good one. Cheers for now. Bye bye.